I woke up with almost no blood left. One more hit, and it was over. When I first spawned in, it felt like any other run. But this town had other plans. 10 minutes later, I'd be on the floor, bleeding out and wondering if I'd even make it past day 1. Like any fresh run, I needed the basics: a blade, something to eat, and water in my stomach. The restaurant had a bandana and a bit of food, and the well topped me off. I followed the coast, not realizing I was only minutes away from a fight I wasn't ready for. Following the coast, I spotted a lone zombie chasing something, but whatever it was, I never saw it. I kept moving toward the barn. And this is where the trouble started. I went after one zombie and pulled another. I broke for the barn, hoping to grab some kind of melee weapon, but I was too slow. They swarmed me, and before I knew it, I was on the ground. Somehow I wasn't dead, but I was close. I gathered my thoughts and started working my way out of the area, because one wrong move could mean death. I was literally one more cut away from bleeding out, and I had no bandages left. I was picking mushrooms, thinking I'd caught a break, until a shadow moved between the trees. Another zombie. And in my condition, trying to fight back would have been my end. I backed away slow, trying to make it look tactical, but really, I was just getting out of there before things got worse. I found a house and swapped into a fresh shirt. The old one was barely holding together after the attack. Kind of like me. In an old rundown sarka, I found a critical piece of survival gear, a knife. Not much, but enough to keep me alive a little longer. After a quick snack of salty sticks, another round of uncontrollable unconsciousness hit me. I backtracked to a green house I'd passed earlier, hoping there was something inside that could keep me going. There on the shelf sat a can of cola. Not exactly a feast, but at least it was something. Back outside, I faced my first zombie since the brutal attack. And I wasn't sure how it would end this time. Apparently, luck hadn't run out just yet. I made for the well one last time before heading out, but with almost no blood left. I was hitting the dirt every 5 minutes. I wasn't ready to die in some nameless coastal town. I topped off my water bottle, then pushed further, hunting for anything that might keep me breathing a little longer. Clothes, gear, or just a stroke of luck. I stumbled across a boat, my ticket out of here. Or it would have been, if the spark plug wasn't missing. After nearly an hour of hitting the dirt every 5 minutes, I finally spotted it. An island, with smoke curling up into the sky. Food, water, warmth, it had to be there. I was getting to that island no matter what it took. My blood was back, my vision was clear, and I was ready to start dropping the undead again. With the island in my sights, I pushed closer to the smoke. The closer I got, the more it looked like it could be a helicopter crash. I decided to check the boat, but like the last one, no spark plug. Looked like I was earning this trip the hard way. Swimming. The swim wasn't far, but with barely any food or water, and my body heat plummeting, one mistake could finish me. As I hit the shore, the welcome party was already waiting. Multiple infected milling around the crash site, and 2 standing right where I'd landed. I did the only thing that made sense, slipped back into the water and tried to swim around the rocks. This had to work. There was no other option. I rounded the rock, losing all the infected but one. I came ashore right in front of a zombie, and he didn't even notice me. For a second, I thought I'd lucked out. But that's when things started to get weird. I lit a fire to get warm, but hunger and thirst were catching up fast. In a desperate move, I grabbed my pistol, 12 rounds in the mag, and went looking for an infected, hoping it might have food or water. That's when everything went strange. The world started glitching, and before I knew it, I was dead. After everything I'd survived, turns out my biggest enemy was the game itself. If you made it this far, you've survived more than I did. There's plenty more chaos where this came from. Stick around, and I'll see you in the next one.